guys By All Means Necessary. Did you guys Chris and Matt. Hey, there you go.
It's
Two
easy to
Matts.
remember.
All right. What kind of music do you guys play?
We're hard rock. If I had to compare us to somebody, I'd probably say like AFI, My Chemical Romance, 30 Seconds to Mars.
What puts you apart from like bands like that, like AFI and stuff?
I think we've really pushed hard to fuse our influences and to kind of bring a different edge to what's going on in rock right now. Like, I had a pretty strong punk rock background, and Chris is kind of all over the place, but definitely some metal guitar, and Greg was real into grunge and even jazz, and so I think really kind of focusing on what characteristics we had in our musical taste before the band has kind of given us a different edge and a different direction than what's already going on.
So what's the history between like Chris and you for?
Well, Matt and I met back on the East Coast, DC scene, played together for a couple of years, and Matt moved out to LA first. I came pretty close behind him. Other half of the band was Greg and Lorenzo, and they were in a band called Citizens of the Empire, toured around Southern California, and they did their thing. It's kind of a tale of two halves coming together, forming a stronger unit than we were before.
And you guys are from LA now?
Yeah.
You guys live out there. And you're on tour for where are you guys headed now after you're going to Las Cruces, New Mexico, right?
Las Cruces, New Mexico. Special place in our hearts. We played there a few other times, but the whole point of this tour is South by Southwest. So we're getting out to Austin, and we're all really excited to get in that. It's just a huge music scene. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
How many venues do you play in this tour?
Well, we're out for a little over 3 weeks, and we basically play about five shows a week. It's a pretty 5, 6. Where we're doing 6 straight the first week. It's a pretty intense schedule, but you're gonna make the most of it. You gotta bring it.
Exactly. What's the largest venue you've played at before?
It's big ones.
Probably last week. I guess.
Avalon.
The Avalon in Hollywood was pretty big. We did the Rev Room in Little Rock.
Little Rock was
It was a big one. The New Daisy
New
Theater
Daisy.
in Memphis was pretty cool.
Gothic Theater in Denver is a huge place. That's hard to say. We have fun no matter if it's a small tiny club like crap ass Salt Lake City Bert's Tiki Lounge, small and dirty, tiny. You can fit about 12 people at a bar.
It had a huge column in between Chris and I on stage that we kind of just got to play peekaboo around during the set. It was awesome.
Your crotches in people's faces, or the bigger shows are fun too. You get a little more room on stage. Usually a little more pro with their sound. So they're all different. You take every show like a new day. They're all different. They're fun.
So what's your favorite artist you've ever seen play?
Both you go first. That's
wow.
a tough one.
Yeah, throw me right there. My favorite artist that I've ever seen play. I don't know that I'd say they're my favorite, but somebody who I think recently inspired me and shocked me about 3 or 4 years ago was Story of the Year opening for Linkin Park. Because I didn't know who they were at all yet. And I knew I was there to see Linkin Park and a few of the other bands, and they came out with this just unhindered amount of energy, doing backflips off their cabs and spinning around, and they had everything to prove to everybody there, and they completely pulled it off. They floored me so much that I was like, I need to go home and find out who the hell these guys are. So that's what I try to do every night that we play now. I want to come out, balls out, and be like, I want to fucking rock your goddamn face off to the point that you're going to go home and be like, I need to find out who this band is.
Nice. NoFX is an old favorite of mine. I've seen them probably 50 times, and every single time they're just so much fun to blow me off the stage. They're one of my favorite bands.
Who are your influences?
I'm influenced by, honestly, a ton of different music. Pretty much anything that comes with some passion and comes from someplace genuine. I listen to some cheesy pop. I listen to metal. I listen to a little bit of rap. Classic rock is kind of what I grew up on, but I think in songwriting you need to pull from all influences out there, and you can be influenced by other sounds other than music. But to name a few bands right now that I'm really into, still really into Muse. I think Paramore's last record was pretty tight. My Cam, AFI, like you mentioned, and anyone in the classic rock vein, from Zeppelin to Jimmy to Santana. Matt?
I'd say my influences really, the biggest ones come from my punk rock background, and I mean everything starting from Black Flag and Dead Kennedys and the Misfits to kind of that early Southern California Fat Records and Epitaph stuff, and a lot of Bad Religion and Pennywise and Strung Out, No Use for a Name. Like, for me, it was about the unity of the scene at the time and the energy that was behind it, and it didn't matter if it was 4 sweaty, shirtless dudes on stage, you know, with just their guitars and no effects and crappy mics, and, you know, it was the energy behind it and such a supportive fan base that made it an event, and it made it something more than just music at that moment, and I guess that's always stuck with me.
Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, good luck on your guys' show tonight, and take care on the tour, okay?
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.